Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to this training session. In this session we will cover double tops and double bottoms. Once again, to make it easier, during my coaching sessions and training sessions I've coded them T7s. If you haven't already done so, please expand your screen to full screen. Just make it a little easier down the bottom right hand side here when we look at the live charts themselves. Of course, understanding the risk, we know that there's risk in trading, but as I are required by law, please feel free to hold the video here and read the risk disclaimer in detail. I think what I'd like to do is go directly to some charts and have a look at double tops and double bottoms. And many of you know I love double tops and double bottoms, and I particularly to qualify double top or double bottom, I really want to see, I prefer a paint bar, of course a super scalper, to appear. Now double tops and bottoms for T7s don't have to be perfect. That is, you can see here we've ticked down here by 2 or 3 ticks, and you'll see that happen regularly. They don't have to be perfect, but I also prefer to see a double top or double bottom at a near extreme. That is, I prefer if they're out of the bands like we've got here, or at pivots, which greatly increases the probability of them turning into a winning trade. And you can see here this is almost a T89. We've gone up, ticked down, we found support here, we've gone back up, and of course the sellers have pushed it back down again. And you'll see these appearing basically every day, and you can see it at the extreme again here. This actually ended up being a T89. We can see we're well out of the bands, we're right at a pivot, and you can see, and let me just drag this down a little, perhaps be a little easier for you to see this. Let's pull this down here. You can see right at the pivot, we've punched through and we formed what we call a double top. Now these are high probability trades. You can see it here. Here had a little double bottom, went up, but then it continued down. It was a pivot bounce effectively. Then we had one here. So once again, to really turn these into profitable trades, what I prefer to see is, or what I really want, is a 2-to-1 return. For every dollar I risk, I want to see $2 back. Now this is not a perfect one because I've already just come off a high, small pullback, come down, risen again. I really like to see them like I've got here at extremes. Okay, we've got there, that actually is a T98, sorry, a T89. Got a nice little double top here, and I'll point this out, the double tops with the trend are fantastic as well. I believe are even a higher probability trade. And you can see we've come down, pushed up, come down, tested, and away we go. Same thing again with the trend. And where you get a double top with divergence, it's another tick in the box. It increases your probability. This is that is a double top with divergence with the trend is basically a stand-only trade if you wish to just trade these alone for a very high probability trade. Now, like the many different types of trades that we talk about, it's something that you need to gain confidence in, and you need to gain what I call the pattern recognition skills, and you gain that over screen time. So on your trading checklist, as you trade each day, have it down just to mark up your double tops and double bottoms as they form. Now, like all the setups we talk about, is that focus on 1 or 2 setups until you master them before you move on. But these are something that you can add with all of your other setups. In addition, they're a great trade. Now what I'm going to do now, this is on, by the way, this is on the NQ 233 volume chart. Let me now pull down the ES and let's have a look on the 550 tick on the ES. So this is our 550 tick. I've just brought the screen in a little so you can see over at a larger time frame. And we can see it once again up against the pivot here. I'll scroll it along a little bit better here. Little double top up against the pivot, double top, double bottom, another double top, double bottom, double top, and this is all in, what is that, now about an hour and a half's time period. Little double top, little double bottom. So you can see you have these form regularly. Little triple top, little double bottom, little double top, and once again they can form within 1 or 2 ticks. So as a recap, I really want to see a T1 signal, a counter trend T1 if it's against the trend or with the trend, a T1. I love them when they're at the extremes, that is the further out from the bands they are, or your moving averages. And they don't have to be exact, they can be within a few ticks to actually qualify. Like one could even argue just down here we've got a lot of support forming here, just sort of because you've got 4 or 5 candles in a row, then off it goes again up here. So what I recommend traders is mark them up as they form and add them to your trading arsenal.